Hey guys, I'm Grestar, and how about we react to RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 3 of Runaways and Stowaways. Make sure to click the link in the description below. Currently, at the time this video is being produced, there is no episode, like this RWBY episode, on Rooster Teeth's YouTube channel, as per their guidelines. And so you're gonna have to actually go to their website. You'll just need to make a free account. You can have a trial account for a first member or whatever, but just some kind of account on roosterteeth.com, and you can watch the episode. But yes, the link is in the description. And while this is just a reaction, it will not include the actual RWBY episode, so you have to bring that up, the link that I mentioned, in order to sync it up properly so you can watch it along with me. I will have a Let's Watch, including the video, at some point in the future, as long as it doesn't get globally blocked again like last one did. So last time in Chapter 2, Remembrance, we got to see a little bit of Weiss and, her home life kind of thing, and her father wants to have like a sort of charity event, and he wants Weiss to perform. He didn't say that she had to, but it's kind of implied, so I don't think she's entirely thrilled about that, but I think that he made some good points where, Weiss is a good representative of, the Schnee family and company itself, but then all of Atlas too, since Weiss actually fought alongside, the students of Vale at Beacon Academy when all that crap was going on. Because the issue is that right now a lot of people are still blaming Atlas for having all of their little police bots there, and they were hacked, and then mayhem ensued. So, he's trying to clear their family name and, the name of Atlas as a whole. So I think that it's a good idea, but at the same time, I do wish he would approach it a different way with Weiss, where it was more like, we're in this together, instead of, I have this idea, I'm making you follow through with it, that kind of thing. But I get where he's coming from. Then after that, or actually before that, Team Ranger went and found the village. They actually made it to the village. I forget what it's called, Shinto maybe? I don't know, something village. And unfortunately, it had already been raided, and then a bunch of Grimm came, and they only saw one, or at least they only showed us one guard, and he died while the group was there. Talking about what they were, what they should do with him, how quickly they could run him to, a hospital or whatever, and all that stuff for help. And yeah, he died, so yeah, that sucks. But there was also a marking on the ground, and it didn't occur to me, but people in the comments pointed out that that could well be connected to Ren and Nora. Ren and Nora did react, but I thought they were kind of just reacting to the whole village being destroyed as a whole thing. But very true, the symbol could actually have something to do with them, because, as we learned in Volume 3, they don't seem to have much in the way of family. So that could very well be a connection. Aside from that, the only thing that I can think of is RWBY is having a hard time coping with Pyrrha's death. I don't know if it's because of the Silver Eyes or just because she actually witnessed Pyrrha dying. And Pyrrha was a good friend of hers. I'm just saying Silver Eyes could be a possibility because we don't know much about that at this point, but it could just be too RWBY's coping with it and that kind of stuff. But we see Jean in the forest at night, while the others are sleeping, and he's playing this recording of Pyrrha helping him train, and I thought it was very sweet. In a sad sort of way, but sweet. And I focus mostly on Jean because Jean's my favorite character. And so, his memory of Pyrrha is what was most important to me at that point. Not so much how RWBY was dealing with things. So that's why I focused on that part. But it definitely could be showing how, Jean is actually moving on in his own way and RWBY's kind of stuck, as someone else pointed out. Could be. I'm just saying that there are multiple possibilities, and I'm focusing on specific things because of my own tastes, Anyway, this episode, the only thing that I know about it is that I saw on Twitter, a thumbnail of it was posted, and it had Yang in, a really cute kind of pose, actually. Just kind of, had a good angle on her. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't really know what it means. I mean, Runaways and Stowaways, or of Runaways and Stowaways, well, we know that Blake ran away. As for Stowaways, if you think back, was it Volume 1 or 2? I don't remember, but I think it was Volume 1 actually, since that one had more episodes. When we finally meet Sun, didn't he stow away? So I think that despite what I have seen of it involving Yang, it seems like it would more involve Blake and Sun, but it could also involve Yang. I mean, this, the last episode, Remembrance, involved Weiss and Team, Ranger, so anything's possible. But I think that's all I have to say before actually watching this video, so with that, let's get to watching. Alright guys, so this is how it's going to work. I'm going to say 3, 2, 1, play, and when I say play, you hit play. Ready? Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. So with the last chapter, Chapter 2, there actually were a little bit of there were some differences between the episode that they had on the Rooster Teeth website, which is what I'm using for this reaction, and then the episode that they uploaded to their YouTube channel, which is what I use for my Let's Watch version of this, where I actually include the episode. So if there are some inconsistencies, I do apologize. I sync it up the best I can, and once the episode gets going, it should all be fine, unless they change things within the episode. What they changed last time was really just maybe a little bit of the intro. I don't think so. Yeah, look at them. They're so happy. And they are together in the opening, so it totally makes sense that Runaways and Stowaways could be about them this episode. Anyway, as I was saying, it was mostly just the credits that they had changed. Like, on the YouTube version, they didn't even have, like, the RWBY animation, not RWBY, Rooster Teeth animation showcase thing. That was all on the Rooster Teeth, website version. And yes, I'm just talking through this intro here. But just saying that if I keep talking at the end and the video is already over, that's what's happening, so don't freak out, it's normal. And I am actually watching the episode. Yeah. So, intro was still going. Yeah, what do you guys think about this intro, by the way, like, compared to the other ones? I mean, again, intros usually aren't too huge for me anyway. I don't love this one, I don't hate this one. I don't know, really. The music doesn't stick out so much to me. Like, the beginning, actually, like, I can remember. But aside from that, not so much yet. But the visuals have been pretty nice. Yay, hello, Blake. She's a pirate now. Oh, she's quite jumpy, though. I be a ninja pirate. Hi-yar! Yeah. That's fair, I think. That's fair. They're just playing. Calm down. Well, look at him patronizing her. What are you suggesting, sir? Friendly conversation, of course. You used to be so much more white. I'm not complaining, I'm just remarking. Remember, like, in Volume 1? Their skin... You just got rid of your ribbon! Why now, of all times? Just so we could see it? Seems... I don't know, it just seems like she would have done that earlier if that was not a concern anymore. Whatevs. Who might that be? Oh, dude, everyone is gonna know that you're a fish thing. Not fooling anyone with that ribbon. Just saying. That sucks. Right, if one's down, they're all down. Wait, what about the video? Where... the video where it actually showed Cinder. Because, Mercury pointed it right at her. That happened. See that? That shot, it's cute. It's well done. Oh, now I'm excited too. It'll be cool. Trust me, him. Trust him. Oh, it's a box. No, I just set it down in front of you to tease you. Robo-arm. Is she going to accept? Also, it looks like it's a little long for her stub. Oh. Please, do it. That's okay. You could try it later. Yeah, that's fine. Just don't give up on it entirely, because you know I want you to move on with your life. Oh, pobrecita. Hey, you know, if she moves on with one arm and one stub, that's totally awesome. She doesn't need a robot arm. Strong, independent Yang. But if she wants a freaking sweet robot arm, like, hey, you know, I'm not gonna stop her. I'm just saying, you could get the mail with human and robot arms. That'd be cool. And, you know, maybe suffer less PTSD with a sweet robot arm. I didn't even know that sounded like shattering glass. Like, I just didn't think that that would trigger it, of all things. Also, my intention is not to be insensitive in any manner in case people are getting that idea. Oh, look, the fawn is free to be faunus here. I mean, which, why, of course, you know, she took the ribbon off, but yeah. I guess we don't know how long she's been on the ship. And that dude has no face. No, he has a face. It was just dark. Don't worry. Hmm. Let me guess. That thing does not take kindly to litter. That ribbon doesn't belong in the ocean. Ah. So it's Sea Grimm Dragon. And that's the thing, like, we've never seen one this big. I guess we'll just lie down. I didn't know she could actually use her, like, copies to fling herself. I thought they were, like, more illusions than anything else. That's cool. Like, they've shattered in the past, but I don't know. I guess I kind of just assumed, too, that the captain was a hunter of sorts, or had a semblance of his own. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it so far, though. So I'm gonna say they're lucky she's on board. Just gonna say that cannon doesn't look particularly heavier, but now it does. Oh. It is cool looking, by the way, just saying. Hey, it is Sun! Yay! The only reason I guessed that, though, was because he was in the intro with her. There's no way she heard that. Oh. Why are you posing? Go back to work. Hmm. That's true. Ah, that totally makes me think of Advent Children. That's totally Advent Children right there. That like the whole sequence was good catch. Oh, by the way, I lied earlier. The second reason I thought it might have been Sun is because stowaways. It just came to mind. Oh, did they ram it or stab it? Alright. That thing's dead. Yay! Ah! They did it! Poor Sun. He did nothing wrong, except maybe not announce his presence earlier. They're just so accepted and they're like, alright, thanks, and walk off. So, yeah, for quite a while. Yeah! That's a good point. Yeah, that's true, actually. Ah, yes, Menagerie. That one island of Faunus. Do you get it? Because he's based on Goku? Yeah. It was a pop culture reference that I totally understand. I don't like that squishy sound of it. Is it the Grimm inside of her? I was like, why do I hear the Grudge now? Well, I don't like this, but... Will you stop your clicking? This is disturbing. So she obeys her. Alright, but do I have to use my voice? She could tell by your lips, right? Oh, yes? But you didn't. Nobody believes you! Right? I don't believe her. Should I believe her? Why is she lying? I don't... Is this because... I guess if not, she thinks Salem might, kill her? See, that must have been in response to Ozpin, or in regards to Ozpin, right? So even though Cinder said yes, she doesn't believe Cinder. Yet she's fine with that, I guess. I don't know. I just don't think that Ozpin's dead, and I don't understand exactly what... Again, it could be because risk of life and everything. Why she's lying exactly? I don't know. I'm still gathering, you know, motivations and everything for, like, Salem and whatnot, so... Yeah. And hey, while these credits are going, unless they're already done for you, they're not for me. I will point out that, you know, Klein, from, like, last episode at the Schnee family house place... I was about to say resort. I'm like, it's not a resort. Yeah, his name is Klein Sieben, which is like Little Seven in German. So totally seven dwarves. You know, especially considering White Schnee or White Snow, Snow White is his mistress. Anyway, now it's over. So at this point, it is time to talk. If I can close the page, time to talk about it. All right. So this episode, I did enjoy. It had its nice bit of combat, which, you know, like the last bits of combat that we saw, you know, it wasn't anything fantastic for me, and that's okay. A lot of it is because the fights for me at this point, I really want them to have like emotional reason behind it, and when it's just for the sake of fighting, then it's like, oh look, they did a cool move. Swell, you know, but then like that's it, and it doesn't like stick with me as much anymore. And for some people, the awesome flips and fighting and everything is just fantastic, but for me, you know, it's just like, yeah, it's enjoyable, but it doesn't make the episode. So I did enjoy it, and it was interesting again how there was that total, you know, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, the movie, if you haven't seen that. That was a total Advent Children sequence when they're fighting whatever the flying thing is, and they throw Cloud up like all of his teammates, and then, you know, I think he actually like swords his way through the thing's giant beam, but then he totally runs along it, cutting along its back with his sword. It was like the same thing, minus she dodged the attacks, Cloud like went through them, but still pretty sure that's what it was based on, which is fine. I just thought it was amusing. Oh, and just like with Goku, you know, with Sun. I forget what it's called now, but that's the tale that he's based off of, you know? And, you know, it involves the whole travel to East thing. Right? I'm not wrong in this, am I? I don't think I'm wrong in this. Anyway, what more was there? Oh, Yang! Yeah, the part about Yang, where she does get a sweet new robot arm, but does she choose to use it? Who knows? That's the thing. She doesn't seem to want to, and I wonder exactly why. It could be because using it is accepting that all of that actually happened, and that's hard to accept. I mean, obviously it happened, and when you look at it, like, there's no denying, like, that her arm is gone. She can't even deny that, you know? But still, accepting that kind of help, it's another step to it. And so who knows, you know, another part of it, along with accepting help, you know, just kind of along the same lines, is that it would kind of be admitting to some sort of flaw or weakness. You know, if I have to take this, then that means that I'm not good enough the way that I am, you know, that I failed in some way, and those are still, the repercussions are still with me, you know? So it could be a thing of like not wanting the pity, because then it really is like, yep, I wasn't good enough on my own, I need to have assistance kind of stuff. Or it could just be that the whole thought of it is intimidating in and of itself, that she had kind of resigned herself to a more, like, laid-back life, you know, in a kind of bad way. Like, she wasn't happy about it, you know, from what we could tell. But, you know, with the introduction of the robot arm, it could mean that, you know, she has to go back out and fight more. And I wouldn't blame her if by this point she's scared, you know? Like, that was a traumatizing event. Quite clearly, like, when, you know, she dropped a glass and it broke, and that enough was... Well, that was enough to trigger, like, a kind of PTSD sort of thing. You know, the flashback and everything, which I was kind of surprised by, because it doesn't seem like the motion nor the sound really had much to do with, like, what happened. Like, there's the shatter of glass and then the slicing of a sword through the air or arm. But that didn't seem like a glass-breaking kind of thing to me. Maybe just because of the sudden, sharp sound in general, but I don't know. She related enough, and that's what matters. Like, her brain made the connection, and that caused the pain. So, regardless of how I might relate things or how I might not relate things, she clearly did. So, what's done is done. Aside from that, I think that, you know, the other most important part is that we're setting up that, you know, Blake is with Sun now, and they're both heading together to Menagerie Island, which I think is the island specifically for Faunus. But I could be getting it mixed up with another island. Because again, I watch the World of Remnant videos, but that doesn't mean that I have it all memorized. I watched them all once, guys. Come on. So she's going there to see her family. And I don't know exactly what she's going to do once she gets there. But that's what she's doing right now. And I don't even know exactly what she wants. Does she want some kind of closure from it? Is she trying to get away? I mean, the runaway. So maybe she's just trying to run away from her problems and seek solace there. But... she can't stay there for long, especially with Sun, you know, coming along with her. Like, he won't let her stay behind for long, you know? He'll guilt trip her in some way, or something, you know? But, yeah. I did think that Sun was pretty humorous throughout this episode with his, you know, his little one-liners or his poses. He's just a goofy character, and I'm glad that he's there for Blake, because while she might not want to admit it, like the sea captain said, you know, it gets awful lonely. You need a friend. And so I'm glad the Sun is there to provide that sort of friendship, that companionship for Blake. And all in all, it's pretty good. So I guess I'll briefly touch again on the Salem Cinder bit. Again, I don't know why exactly Cinder is choosing to lie to Salem, but my best bet is just because, you know, Salem was talking about all the good things that Cinder did accomplish, and among them, perhaps at the top of that, was how she killed Ozpin, like, on her own. Like, that's a pretty big deal to Salem, and so I imagine definitely so to Cinder. And so Cinder might not want to outright say, yeah, that actually didn't happen, because who knows what the repercussions for that could be. I feel like I said that weird. Who knows what the repercussions for that could... No, I did say that right. Okay. But by the end of it, it didn't seem like... Or by how it ended, it didn't seem like Salem believed her, but she was also cool with it. She was fine. I just assumed, like, what are you planning, that she was referring to Ozpin. So unless she was talking about his past actions, I don't think he's dead. And I don't think that she would think he's dead. I think that maybe she's wanting Cinder to admit that she didn't kill him, but she seems to take that awfully far and awfully seriously, you know, having Cinder say it herself and everything. If she's not gonna really care for the response all that much. I don't know. Also, was she trying to teach Cinder how to control the Grimm in the same way that she did? Because, you know, she, like, beckoned that Grimm thing into the room, the weird clicking one. I don't know. But I would not want a bad dude to be able to control the Grimm. That seems pretty bad. I mean, just luring Grimm somewhere by causing panic or other negative emotions is one thing, but actually being able to, like, control them and lure them over to someplace, like, by will? That's something else entirely. Yeah. Anyway, I don't think I have anything more to say about this, so let me know what you guys thought about this episode in the comments below, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, what you thought about this or that, etc., so on and so forth. But if you have seen the future episodes, so if you're watching this in the future and therefore have seen the episodes that are to come after this, do not spoil anything. I probably will have seen the future episodes as well, but not everyone who's watching this video will have, so I ask that you do not spoil things. Let's be nice, let's be like gentlemen or gentlewomen or anything in between that we might be, but do it gently, and, you know, let's just be cool. That's all I'm trying to say. Anyway, with that, we're calling it here. Cue outro, go!